Welcome back to the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast, everybody. I'm Samuel Harrison.
And I'm Olivia Harper.
And we are back with another deep dive.
That's right.
So today we're going to be talking about blood pressure cuffs, but we're not going to be talking about just the normal, like, roll up your sleeve and
The usual, yeah.
Grit your teeth kind of blood pressure cuff.
Right.
We're going to be talking about alternative placements for those blood pressure cuffs.
Whoa, interesting.
So you might have other options than just that upper arm squeeze.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, Olivia, are you ready to dive into some of this blood pressure placement intrigue?
Let's get into it.
All right. So one of the options that kept popping up
Oh, yeah.
was the forearm as an alternative placement for blood pressure cuffs.
Interesting.
And in fact, our sources were calling it less invasive and more comfortable.
Oh, wow.
So I'm curious, what could make the forearm preferable for blood pressure readings?
Well, when you think about it, it's not that big of a shift from the upper arm.
Oh.
But I'm sure there's more to it than meets the eye.
I think so, too.
Like, why the forearm?
Yeah.
I know.
And our sources don't really go into, like, the specific medical reasons why somebody would choose the forearm.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we can kind of connect the dots.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
So, for example, imagine somebody who has an injury to their upper arm or has had surgery on their upper arm.
Oh.
Or maybe they have, like, limited mobility
Oh, that makes sense.
and they can't really access their upper arm very easily.
Yeah.
Or maybe just because of their body size, it's difficult to use their upper arm.
Right.
So using the forearm could make that whole process less stressful and painful.
Much more comfortable.
Yeah.
And, healthcare really is a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's recognizing that and offering options and prioritizing comfort and accessibility for patients.
Exactly. And it's easy to get stuck in that routine of, well, this is how it's always been done.
Right.
But healthcare is evolving.
Excellent.
And alternative placements like these, I think, are a good example of that,
For sure.
of that shift toward more personalized care.
Yeah.
But, of course, we can't talk about blood pressure without talking about accuracy.
Oh, absolutely. Accurate readings are so important no matter where you're taking the measurement.
Exactly.
And that's why proper cuff size and positioning is so important,
Yeah.
even on the forearm.
Yes.
And this kind of leads us to our next point.
Okay.
Accuracy can actually vary depending on the location.
Oh, really?
And our source actually mentions briefly some other alternative placements,
Like what?
like the wrist and the finger.
Oh, wow.
And those can be really tricky in terms of getting a reliable reading.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
So before anyone starts, like, throwing away their upper arm cuff and freaking out,
Right.
let's be clear, the upper arm is still considered the gold standard.
For sure.
But, like so many things in health,
Yeah.
there's nuance.
There is.
It's good to have all of the information so that you can make the best decision with your healthcare provider.
Exactly. It's not about ditching the traditional method.
Right.
It's about recognizing the it depends factor
Hey.
and empowering people with knowledge
Yeah.
so that they can make good choices for their health.
Exactly. And so the key takeaway here is if you are going to consider a different placement
Yeah.
for your blood pressure cuff, talk to your doctor.
Absolutely.
They can assess your individual needs
Right.
and make sure that if you need an alternative placement, that you have a monitor that's validated
Yes. Validated for that location.
for that specific location,
Yeah.
because that's really important.
Extremely important.
And they can guide you on how to get the most accurate readings possible.
Exactly.
Speaking of validated monitors,
Yes.
our source did mention a couple of interesting examples of monitors that are designed for these alternative placements.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they mentioned the Oxline Pressure X Pro,
Okay.
the Check Me BP2,
Mm-hmm.
and the CardioArm.
Interesting.
And now, of course, these are not endorsements.
Of course not.
But some of the features do sound pretty cool.
Yeah. What are?
So, for instance, the Oxline Pressure X Pro, it connects to your smartphone via Bluetooth,
Oh, wow.
and it can support multiple users.
So cool.
Yeah. So that's really good for, like, families.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be able to track and share your data.
Absolutely.
And then there's the Check Me BP2.
Yeah, okay.
And it's really all about portability.
Nice.
So it's compact, it has a large display,
Okay.
and it can store a decent number of readings.
That's awesome.
Yeah, imagine being able to take accurate readings on a go.
That would be amazing.
How convenient would that be?
Wow.
And then for people who appreciate sleek design,
Okay.
there's the CardioArm.
Ooh.
It's also FDA approved, which
Oh.
I think adds a layer of confidence for people
Absolutely.
that it has met rigorous standards.
For sure. Yeah. These are really cool examples.
Yeah.
It sounds like technology is evolving to meet different needs and preferences.
Absolutely.
That's so exciting.
It is. And these are just a few examples of course.
Right.
We always encourage our listeners to do their research.
Yes.
Talk to their healthcare providers.
Absolutely.
And choose a monitor that really aligns with their individual needs.
I love that.
Yeah. So what stands out to you about these monitors, Olivia?
Well, to me, I think what stands out is how these monitors kind of highlight the growing trend of personalized healthcare.
Yeah.
You know, it's really no longer a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
We're really seeing technology adapt to individual needs and preferences.
Absolutely.
Whether that's, prioritizing connectivity,
Yeah.
portability, or even just like aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's about empowering people to really take control of their health
Right.
in a way that feels right for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's really exciting.
I agree. It's really exciting to see these innovations making it easier and more accessible for people to monitor their health.
Absolutely.
And, it all kind of circles back to this conversation
Yeah.
about blood pressure cuff placement alternative.
Yeah.
It's about having options
Right.
and working with your doctor
Yeah.
to find what works best for you.
Absolutely.
So, Olivia, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Right.
what's the key takeaway for our listeners today?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that there's more to blood pressure monitoring than meets the eye.
Okay.
The upper arm is the standard,
Yeah.
but exploring these alternatives like the forearm, the wrist, or the finger,
Right.
it might be appropriate in certain situations,
Yeah.
but the key is that accuracy is so important.
Exactly.
Don't just assume any placement is going to work.
Right. You don't want to go rogue with your blood pressure monitoring.
Exactly.
You got to consult with your doctor
Yeah.
before you make any changes.
Absolutely.
They can help you determine if an alternative placement is right for you.
Right.
And they can make sure you have a validated monitor
For that specific
for
location.
a specific location, and they
Yeah.
can guide you on the proper technique.
That's so important. So important.
So it's all about working together with your healthcare provider
Yeah.
to make sure you're getting those accurate and reliable readings.
For sure.
Now, before we let you go,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
All right.
So we've seen that finger monitors already exist.
Yeah.
Could future technology allow us to seamlessly monitor blood pressure throughout the day? Imagine a world where we have continuous real-time data
Wow.
that can be shared with our doctors.
I would be amazed.
Maybe even leading to earlier detection of issues
Right.
and even more personalized care.
It's like a window into our bodies.
It is.
Wow, that's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
We're already seeing this trend toward wearable health tech.
Right.
So integrating blood pressure monitoring into those devices seems like a natural next step.
Yeah.
Of course, there would be challenges.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like ensuring accuracy and reliability in different environments and activities.
Right.
But the potential benefits
Yeah.
are truly exciting.
Yeah.
Imagine the insights we could gain from continuous monitoring.
Right.
Could really revolutionize the way we approach cardiovascular health.
It really makes you think about the future of healthcare
Yeah,
and how technology is going to continue to shape it.
for sure.
Who knows what incredible advancements are right around the corner.
I can't wait to find out.
It really does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like we've reached the end of another deep dive.
Wow.
We've explored blood pressure cuff alternatives today
Mm-hmm.
and uncovered, I think, some pretty cool insights.
For sure.
From the forearm to the wrist
Yeah,
and even the finger.
that's right.
It seems like innovation is changing the way we approach blood pressure monitoring.
Absolutely. And it's been a very eye-opening conversation. I think
Yeah.
we've really highlighted how important it is to stay informed and, engage in these open conversations with our healthcare providers. There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
And just knowing that there are options out there
Yeah.
is really empowering.
Absolutely. Well, Olivia, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
and for giving us your insightful perspective.
I always enjoy talking with you.
Yeah.
And I hope our listeners found this valuable as well.
Yes, and to all of our amazing listeners out there,
Yes.
thank you for joining us on the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast.
We appreciate you.
We hope you found this episode informative
And engaging.
and engaging. And if you did, be sure to subscribe to our channel,
Yeah.
leave a like,
Give us a comment.
and share it with your friends and family.
Spread the word.
Until next time, stay healthy.
And keep those blood pressure numbers in check.
We'll see you later.